can win just 1-0 with a single flag cap.
It's a unique flag game type to Halo 5. You don't see it go into those fast, quick 3-2 games like you would expect out of Coliseum, where you're seeing just flag grab after flag grab. You really have to work and find map control in order to get those flag grabs. And here we go. We're off with Manny. He's going straight for this railgun, and if he can find a couple picks, that could lead Flyers to an early into an early retreat. But he's gonna go down. Druck is now up and forward. Camouflage goes on to Envor, and as that's happening, we see a flag getting pulled out, but it's gonna be quickly stopped by KCP, because they are just throwing out some incredible nades right now. They just stop Envor in his tracks.
They really did, and Envor is forced to turn around because he identified that 2 players on the KCP side had overextended and tried to get a flagpole, but that is immediately shut down. Envor had an incredible weekend and performance when he was last performing in the Pro Series, and I'm really expecting him to show up. I know he was excited. He was tweeting about his opportunity to play today, and you know, with that first early camera grab, it is now over. I'm looking for him to really be hot and to be playing at his top ability, but a flag is pulled for KCP, but it's immediately returned. It's a bit of back and forth here. It's all about who can get the map control. And that top mid presence is so important once again. But KCP seems to be flying over into the Flyers side and constantly applying the pressure onto Flyers. It seems like the Flyers cannot breathe right now and cannot get a presence on a map.
Yeah, and Talik is pushing forward. He's blocking that silo spawn so Druck can get this flag across the corner. But there is a player ready to play defense, but Manny takes them out. And this should be a free flag cap for Druck and the crew. KCP going to be going up 1-0 within the first 2 minutes of this game.
A really nice play from Manny, actually. He's getting 2 kills to seal that flag one from Druck. And Druck, that flag one wasn't the cleanest. We saw him kind of juggling the flag in a bit of an awkward fashion with his run. So Manny doing a great job of opening up space and giving Druck time to get across the map and get that flag capture. But I mean, that's going to be huge for KCP. They're going to be able to hold this momentum, and with Fathom, we talked about it, it usually goes that full 15-minute marker, because generally there's a lot of opportunity for these flag standoffs, and KCP will be happy about that. They will be happy to go for flag standoffs if they need be. But also another flag is being pulled by KCP, going down bottom mid. I think that was Super CC. He was taken out by Soul Sniper. No, Soul Sniper getting taken out by Super CC even, sorry. But Panic Flagpool was coming out of the side of Flyers, and it does look like KCP is going to be able to seal another flag, which they do.
Yeah, that flag going in, and that really is on the shoulders of that player who won that fight versus Septify at top mid to grab that camouflage. They use that camo to get a couple picks to move that flag forward, and now Flyers, they are on their back foot for the 2, but they are storming into this base. They need to find these picks. One player goes down, but Druck is stabilizing the team in the back base as he finds a critical double. He's pushing out for the triple kill. Needs to land the last shot. Lands it. He does. An early triple for Druck, and all the momentum is stunted on the side of Flyers.
I mean, having someone like Druck on your side who you know is going to have a very consistent shot, and he's going to win. We saw him on Monday, Tuesday, how on fire he was, and he's just showing it now. He's being that anchor, getting those kills in his base, allowing his teammates to push across the map, and they have done. And Soul Snipe is now sat in the Flyers base, being a nuisance, buying time for his teammates to come off respawn and help him get the stays. And off the back of that, if Soul Snipe can stay alive, that's going to be another flagpole. Flyers in a very dangerous scenario now. They need to keep up with the stays, because right now KCP are all over them.
Yeah, and look at this, man. Flyers, they just cleared out their base. They got KCP out, but what that pressure allowed was for Manny to get this railgun and to get away with it. And if he can find the picks and clear out the mid of the map, they should get the camouflage to go with it. He somehow stays alive in this scenario. He's just dodging nades, keeping his life, and finding a kill. And now look at that. He immediately goes to the flag to pull it, because he recognizes that the rest of Flyers are pushed all the way up into their base. He knows that he can get this away, buy some time for his team, and most importantly, isolate the players from Flyers on the other side of the map while the flag is going out. This is textbook flag play for Manny.
Absolutely amazing, and what a kill from Tolik onto Envor, who was in a prime position to stop that flag run, but the Tolik getting that kill has allowed the flag to be all the way into the base, and that is just it. Game over. A fast Fathom game. It didn't go the full 50 minutes like we thought it would, but that's just it. That's Fathom for you. You're either going to be there for a whole long game ahead of you, or it's going to be over in a blink of an eye. And I'm interested to see the stats, but look at the slays. I mean, Super CC 13 and 10, being the only player on the side of Flyers to kind of keep up. But I mean, Soul Snipe on the other end, Soul Snipe only 4 kills. That objective efficiency from the side of KCP is just a one above all.
Right, in KCP, that's what they've really showed themselves to be. That's why they're this top 4 team continually throughout the HCS Pro Series, is that they have this knack to just play faster and play more efficient than any of the other top teams. Though what usually stunts them in these tournaments is that they just don't have the slaying prowess that other teams have, but they show slaying not a problem whatsoever. As Truck just went and got this nasty triple kill, just put commonly on the skates right there. Let's rewatch that one. Oh, come on.
Oh, the rewind is just too nice. It's too clean. Oh, they're teasing us for that triple kill.
Look at this, man.
This is
but
just
it's
mean.
so clean, right? Like easy shots. He sees the thrust, so he sees it on the radar, gets a couple kills in, and took no damage, right? So commonly expected this player to be at least weak. Druck had no shots in him and uses that advantage on commonly to find the triple kill. Literally, like one of the better triple kills that you'll see in a game today. It's all done with the pistol. It's all done through the awareness. Love to see that from Druck. And now they're going to use that 3-0 momentum going into this Rig Slayer.
Yeah, Rig Slayer is going to be incredible, and that triple kill itself, as you said, you usually see these flashy triple kills with the sniper on the montages, but actually what Druck just showed is pure like Halo awareness, you know, and Halo ability, using your standard weapon loadout with that pistol and knowing where the enemies are and getting that triple kill. But Slayers, Flyers, they've started off hot start here. They've got the camo, and they have a 3-0 lead, and Skeptify taking faces already, ripping Tolik a new one, and is already looking for those respawners over in the bunker, and he knows they're going to be pushing up via E1 to E2, a very popular move you have when you are coming off respawn in the bunker. But they now need to be aware of the yellow corner or possible carbine spawns, as you see all the players on Flyers actually pushing across. Druck does trade one out, but he's immediately cleaned up. A 9-2 lead early to start this game off for the Flyers. Impressive to see them bounce back.
We're witnessing a massacre. This is what it is, and this is what Flyers does best. There's not that many teams that have the control of power weapons, the control of times, and to know when to push into spawns like Flyers. That's why I like them to be one of these teams that could potentially make an upset in the top 4. And Septify isn't missing. Sniper shots today, takes down Tolik before he gets taken out by Druck. Druck eventually going to find the rest of that sniper ammo in the tower. But man, Flyers, they're going to be hyper aware of the scatter shot. They're going to be hyper aware of the sniper rifle. They're going to make sure that they have the times no matter what. They have Coach Laz in the back making sure that he's going to have those times when possible. So keep an eye out on the power weapon and power up control from this Flyers roster when it comes to a map like Rig.
Yeah, the Rig, it's all about the power weapon and power up controls. Yeah, I mean, granted, whenever there's a power weapon, a power up on the map, you want to control it. But the Rig is particular. It has the sniper. It's a sniper. You have the scatter shot. It's so powerful in the close quarters. And if you can control the camera on top of that, you should be set to get at least 3-4 kills on the board. And so Flyers having that awareness and having such a fantastic coach behind them is really going to help them do that. But the pace is slowing down just a little bit, 12 to 15. The next camo is coming up, so they're trying to set up for that, and it looks like Soul Snipe is going to come away with the camo with a brilliant read. However, he's getting peppered from Commonly, and Commonly does take him down. 2 kills, 3 kills go in the favor of KCP. Now an opportunity for them to bring the game back. It's 13-8 here, but Flyers doing a good job of staying alive off the respawn and not wanting to get collapsed. Possibly KCP unaware that the spawn was in bottom snipe due to their positioning. It's something that they need to be a bit more aware of when playing through this Rig game.
Look at Super CC, man. He hits that tower 1 to tower 2 jump to get the quick flank, and commonly hits the hot 5, and they're just maintaining their lead for now. And it was such a massive play from Commonly to drop down into that sewers. He knew his teammate was in trouble. He dropped down to the sewers and got god timing on that player with camouflage. KCP desperately needed that camouflage to start getting themselves back into this game, but now they have sniper rifle control, right? They went 3 down, but they died on the inside side of the map, and Flyers overexposed over towards bunker allowed the outside spawns, which allowed Soul Sniping crew to get the sniper rifle. But you see how all of Flyers are just rotating towards tower side. They're playing away from that nest to force the sniper player to push towards them to make plays with the sniper, and so far he just hasn't been able to get a clean angle. But the second Soul Snipe sees someone, he's gonna blame him. There we go, Soul Snipe with the first one on board, and oh man, I thought we were gonna see the shadows going through. But it's great macro play by Flyers, but the execution just on the side of KCP.
Indeed, and that's kind of what's differentiating these two teams. Ever since the opening start from Flyers, it's kind of been a similar story, trading kills back and forth, neither team kind of getting a foothold. But as we approach the 30 kill marker, that will change. The ante will be up. But Soul Snipe, he's called Soul Snipe for reasons, because he takes souls with them snipes. Skeptify is hanging out on the back row, but Soul Snipe seems to have a sixth sense, seeing these players on the back rail, identifying where they are pushing from. Not able to get the shot because a brilliant crouch straight comes in and getting peppered, so he had to force the no-scope. He's aware that players are in E1. He's getting collapsed around. He's going to have to hit some shots to wait for his stay alive, to wait for his teammates, but his teammates do turn up in time. He misses that shot, to uncharacteristic from him to miss that easy, I quote-unquote easy headshot, that headshot on one of the players there. But it does look like they're going to go for a yellow corner push, because they've identified the fact that they are the Flyers side is spawning in Carbine, so they want to collapse and trying to get some kills on board. And Soul Snipe does get the first pick onto Skeptify. They are aware of his positioning. 2 players go down, 3 players go down, and I believe that is all 4 dead for the side of Flyers. It is now a 1 kill game as we almost hit the 30 kill marker.
Yeah, and look at this. They're all spawning in that back bunker area. They are absolutely trapped, and KCP are coming to flood in. They're going to find 1. They find 2. This could be another 4 down for Flyers, and that would mean a deadly rotation of kills in the favor of KCP as they find this last player in bunker. Commonly goes down. Look, they're all going to flip their reticles to the other side, and now they're going to try to collapse on the outside spawns.
Indeed, it's like they're all owls. They can just turn their heads just immediately on the point, and they're already aware of where the spawns are. But it is so important for Flyers right now to stay alive off spawn. Don't give away the 3 deaths. Don't make KCP's collapse easy, because it just gives your teammates an opportunity to come alive, have that team shot, and have that element of where it's an even battle. But if you're not staying alive, it's going to be a 4-on-2 over and over and over again, and that's how teams run away. But it does look like Flyers have been able to stabilize the map control from KCP, but we see 2 players sat in tower, and Toilet able to take out Envor as he was unaware of the player in tower 1. 2 kills do go for KCP. Flyers now, as I say, they got to stay alive. They have to see the teammates around them, otherwise, they're just not going. These collapses are just going to be deadly.
Yeah, look at this. Tolik has an angle on the one-shot player, does take them out. Septify now down, and it's basically started the game again. We're not on a cycle anymore. Teams have about equal footing. It's tied up basically 0-0 at 38 all. Camouflage is coming up now. We're basically restarting the game from scratch, and whoever wins this restart will probably win the game. As Tolik finds a perfect kill, Super CC gets the trade, but what was most important is that Druck got away with the camouflage while all this was happening. This is going to be a pivotal fight for Commonly to live and to potentially take down Druck, because Druck just got the sniper rifle and he has the camouflage, and that will be the catalyst for them to win this game as long as Druck makes the plays necessary.
Yeah, it was a really smart play from the side of KCP, backing down Envor, who was sat in that bunker looking for the flank, but able to back him down and thus focus on the camera, almost playing the camera as a 3v4 in order for them to get it. And now KCP have full map control.
Druck just hit that?
Did he hit that?
Yeah, he hit that sniper shot over in E1. That was like an insane peak, and we saw it was tied up 38 all, and now it's 46 to 39. The camouflage and sniper rifle being the difference maker, but we saw Flyers make an incredible comeback versus inconceivable last H5 Pro Series. Can we see it again? I don't know. They have the ice. We've seen it before. Let's see if they can make the comeback happen as they're starting to get kills on the map. Super CC just found a massive double kill with the sniper rifle.
Super CC, but going absolutely super with that sniper rifle. Torlik does get a kill onto Envor. That's going to make it a little bit more difficult. 0 deaths. If I was playing this game, I'd be
Super CC outplayed.
Super CC's going crazy.
Oh, that's it though. That player in it, Struck. Who else but Druck to get behind the enemy lines and find the kill? But Super CC with the outplay of the century right there, man, just using his movement to get the unique angles to find that kill in that last gunfight. And we see, man, that is an interesting stat line from KCP. Look at all those assists right there, having 36 assists between them. And honestly, they played the end game beautifully, right? When we were tied up 38 all, they got the sniper rifle, they got the camouflage, and Druck really the catalyst for them to win that game. But honestly, great series so far between them. I want to see Flyers take a game, so we're not going to see a 3-0, because it's been an incredible series thus far, especially after the Slayer game.
100%. I would love to see a game fight, because I want to see the ice from Flyers coming out right here. I think it'd be a fantastic game. But look at that shot from Druck. How does he... That shot, that's not right. That's unfair. That shouldn't happen. But I see Super CC at the end there, really showing his, like you said, his ice. He wanted that victory, and he got 3 kills, 2 with the snipe, brilliant headshot, and then a fantastic outplay in a gunfight to get the game even closer. But KCP was able to close that game out. So we see Empire Strongholds. You love it. You like the CQB game fight. You like the CQB gunfights. But we see Camo being taken down early, and Super CC, the man we were just talking about, has come away with the OS. So, truly speaking, Flyers have a little bit of advantage here. They have the only power-up available on the map, but we can see, I think, on the floor, I believe the plasma pistol is still up. So, yes, there we go. It was picked up by one of the KCP players, and Super CC's overshield is all but gone.
Yeah, but the damage has already been done in the side for Flyers, right? They've gotten the 2 cap, they have the control, and they're gonna have to they're gonna make KCP find the slays to get control of the map. They're gonna get this home base, but as that's happening, you already see Flyers on the quick rotation back to get their own home base. And honestly, some people would be like, hey, this is an easy win for KCP. We see them up 2-0. We know how objective efficient they are. But Flyers, they're the same breed of team, right? They know how to play the objective efficiently. They're going to be quick on rotations, and it's going to be so hard to get them out of a hold when they have it. As we see, Copley comes up behind 3 players, is landing down his shots. He finds 2 with the help of him and Super CC, and all of a sudden it's been turned on its head. Like I said, it's so hard to get Flyers out of these hills.
Yeah, it is so difficult. I mean, they're flyers for a reason. They are going to fly around the map. Look, commonly flies. They do fly around the map. It's going to be very difficult to keep track of them. The ability they stay alive on this map is so pivotal. If you can stay alive for longer than the opposition, you're going to be able to cap those strongholds, and especially the pit, which is notoriously difficult for keeping control of. But we see it's a bit of a one-on-one as all players do go down, and Super CC actually looking to flip the spawn bases straight off here, but he decides to leave it. Well, good decision from him, because his teammates obviously called out that they were spawning over in the opposite blue base. But the pit does go into the hands of KCP. They need to get these slays now to get control. A 2-on-2, and Soul Snipe does take out Super CC out there on board, aware of the camo, but it is stolen away. So huge plays from KCP, being aware of when these power-ups are coming up. And I don't know who has this OS. I believe it is Soul Snipe who has the OS. It had the OS even, and it is just run out. So brilliant play from KCP, and it's now their turn to hold it. It's going to be interesting to see how quickly Flyers can break out of this triple cap, which is just ticking away at the points.
Yeah, Soul Snipe had the critical play. Like we said, he went out to the turbine to try to get over towards that overshield to win the fight. He had an easy one-on-one, and that player just survived for so long, got Super CC weak, and allowed the overshield to go in the favor of KCP, and they were already set up for the camo, and that's exactly what they needed to start getting themselves back into this game. A trip cap that was devastating, and now they're starting to get kills on the map. Manny used that entire camouflage, and now it's looking as if it's firmly in the favor of KCP. Flyers need to desperately find a break.
Indeed, and just a quick update, Sentinels has just 3-0'd Kingdom, so Sentinels looking to take the first series victory of this evening. A very strong team, we do all know them, formerly known as Tox or CLG or Optic, so a very strong side indeed. But KCP, this is where they are most deadly. We talked about their objective efficiency. They're not going to be easy to break out of this hold, but the Slays seem to be back and forth right now, and the pit is being contested, and it does go back in favor of the Flyers right now. But I mean, Garrett, we often see this on Empire. The pit is going to be traded back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. It's almost like Empire Strongholds favors almost a Slayer game type, less of a Strongholds game type.
Right, and you can put a whole bunch of resources into getting that pit, but if you're not able to escape it after you grab it, it's just going to go back into the other team's favors, and that's just what we saw happen. KCP let them essentially have the pit so that they could get better positioning and to reslay it back out of the pit. But once again, Flyers going to have to fight in this pit. Septify finds one. Super CC was able to grab the overshield while all this was happening, and I don't know if we know who the camouflage player is yet, but Super CC is soaking up some damage with this overshield and is using it to start getting his team towards this pit and potentially getting some more points on the board.
Indeed, and this overshield is huge, but it has already been melted. A really good job from KCP to get that OS away, and they've kept the pit throughout that whole battle. Flyers were not able to capitalize and capture the pit, but you know, as you were saying, you have to stay alive if you're going to cap that pit, otherwise you're just going to go straight back into the opposition's hands, and that's why controlling tower and controlling turbine is so important. It gives you those escape routes. You don't want to start immediately running through to the opposite base across the front bases, because that's such easy pickings. You want to escape either to bottom tower, top tower, or into the turbine, where you have more cover and more safety from the opposition. But right now, KCP, I thought Toilet was going to get. I thought Manny was going to get a crazy double there. But yeah, you have to control these, and KCP are literally all over it. Since they've got a whiff of that first triple cap, it's been non-stop.
And look at that, that's a critical kill. Commonly gets taken down by Talk in the opposite base, and instead of Flyers getting a 2-cap on board and stopping the bleed, instead they're going to be fighting out of their base once again, and it's just another collapse from the Kansas City Pioneers. They put them on rotation. After that first trip cap, it's just been domination. The body disrespect is out. Talk's feeling himself a new man. They 3-0 Flyers in this first round. We had a couple close games, but then when KCP knows when to turn on the Jets, they do so. 98-33, Flyers able to cap a base at the last second. You know, Talk's going to be regretting shooting that body if they end up choking this game away.
Definitely, you know, it is Empire Strongholds. If the team is getting good rotations, then it's going to be difficult to get back into it. But 2 kills do go in the favor of KCP, and the base with that, and it looks like it is a 3-0 victory for KCP over Flyers. I mean, it was. Don't think the scores dictated actually how close and well matched up these teams were. But saying that, KCP, they are your reigning champions after all. What a performance from him. And Torlek, oh my words, 22-8. What a machine he is. I
mean, guys, Torlek has just done something different. Okay, like he turned on a flip, like a switch has flipped ever since last tournament. He's looking like a new monster. You know, the biggest concern for KCP right now, if I had to guess, is making sure that asset that is Tulloch right now is secured. Make sure that no team can come throw a bag at him and get him away from this Kansas City Pioneers roster. He's one of those players that you're going to build around, because him and Druck are such a deadly combo. Soul Snipe complements them perfectly, and man, he just fills in those dirty positions. This Kansas City Pioneers roster is looking great, but you have to protect your main Slayer asset that is Talek.
I mean, he's almost like having another power up on the map, isn't he? It's just like, okay, we need to flick a switch now. Let's turn on Torlek going Super Saiyan, and off you go. Go get some kills for us. And 22-8. I mean, what more can you say? It is an Andished Empire Strongholds. You're notorious for a high amount of deaths in that map, especially when you're contesting the pit. But that man just didn't seem to die whatsoever. What a performance from him. So a 3-0 victory for KCP over the Flyers. The Flyers will be looking to bounce back. And where do you think KCP are going to be able to carry this momentum heading into their upcoming games?
Oh yeah, KCP is the team to beat. championship Druck, championship Talik. They are a different breed. They're going to be a tough team to take out. And honestly, ever since we saw them Mining Tuesday where they had the ice, Soul Snipe and Druck did, they had 3 comebacks. They are just a different breed right now. This isn't the same KCP that we saw in season 1 and season 2. This is championship Pioneers. It's Kansas championship Pioneers. No more City, because these guys are going to be winning champs more than once. It wasn't a one-time fluke. These guys are looking primed and ready to start making consistent runs towards finals.
Yeah, I no matter what level you are, even if you're in the top 3 teams, I think you should be worried about this KCP team. And you know, there is a lot of almost young talent. Is that the correct statement to say? But these guys have been sweating Halo 5 throughout its whole history, and they're now showing exactly why they are considered some of the best players in the world. And just a few highlights on the screen right now. We saw early on in the Slayer rig game, Flyers coming out to a hot start, but KCP immediately turned around, brought the game back, and ever since that final camo popped at around 40 kill marker, it was all them. And you were saying the ice in the Soul Snipe and Druck to the Money Tuesday game was incredible, and I think we showed that just before we went live. But having that composure on your team within 2 players really helps steady the ship, especially when you have like the live wires within Talik and Manny. Having that centered nature within Soul Snipe and Druck is just a recipe for unbelievable performances.
Absolutely. And guys, I mean, I didn't expect that one to be such a quick 3-0 in the favor of Kansas City Pioneers. But like I said, they're just different ever since they won that championship. And you know, I expect to see just so much more from them. Like when they got the camouflage and the overshield, they just run away with it. You just can't let them have any toys to work with. And they really show why. And like I said, you know, you gotta love, you love to see the disrespect. You know, creating those storylines maybe has some harsh feelings for the other side, but some bodies definitely.